All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another FPL banter. And yes, that is right. We are live. We are live. We're actually live. I think this is the first show I'm doing live. So if there's any mistakes, please excuse me. Um, yeah, I'm trying something new. But anyway, for today's show, guys, yeah, one man. The guys are busy, but I need to hold it down. And what we're gonna do really is we're going to talk about captaincy. We're going to talk about the top transfers. We're also going to talk, most importantly, about differentials. It's that time of the season where you need to see how you're going to get the upper hand and gain the edge over your competition and in your mini leagues. And then, yeah, a bit of team news as well, of course. So we'll be sharing that with the updates as well. Yeah, I'm going to start differently today. And what we're going to do is just go straight into the update and a bit of the team news as well. So, update is yes, Game Week 37 doubles have been confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't heard it yet and you've been living under a rock, it has been confirmed. So, that changes a bit of the landscape now in terms of your future planning. Now, the guys, of course, are trying to, who are going to be wildcarding in Game Week 35. So, wild card in Game Week 35, and if they still have their free hit, people who are free hitting in Game Week 34, honestly, yeah, you guys are also are in good shape. It's the people who don't have their wild card like me or their free hit like me. So yeah, gonna try and talk a bit of about what are the best ways to maneuver with all of that. But I think if you're in Game Week 34 free hit, then guys, no need to worry. If you're wildcarding in Game Week 35, then I think the best way to do this is dead end your team to Game Week 34, and then of course wildcard in 35, trying to prepare for the Game Week 37, Game Week 37 doubles there. But like just going through a bit of like the teams in terms of, I think what are the best differentials really. I think we need to start off with Brentford having some good fixtures coming up. You'll see they're actually at the bottom of this fixture tick, and I think it's more because they don't have any doubles, but they actually got some good fixtures. They're going to be playing Sheffield United at home. They're going to be playing Luton away during that double game week 34, and then they've also got Everton, Fulham, and then Bournemouth away. So I think the Brentford players are the differentials there. Of course, Tony in the striking midfield of Mbuemo, and then you've got Regulon in the defense as well, who I believe all three should actually not just make an appearance, but actually make a start. So if you're looking for a way to gain the edge, and most importantly, single playing game week players in game week 34, I think those are the players you should be looking at. Yeah, fine. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. They haven't been necessarily all that impressive. But with this next game, next row of fixtures, I think this is where things should be turning up for them, considering they do want to make sure that they're not in that relegation battle. And then we also have to look at, of course, some of the guys who are doubling as well. I think Man United has also got a great game week 34 fixture for a single game week player. They're going to be playing um, sorry, let me just make sure I find that here. Man United is actually second. They're playing Sheffield at home. So, I think Hoyland could be a good differential there if you're looking for a single game week player. I wouldn't say Garnacho being a differential necessarily, but one player who hasn't been playing good is Rashford, but I think Bruno would be a better differential there if you're looking for a single game week player in game week 34. And then, you could just keep those Man United players on all the way to game week 37 for people like me who don't have the wild card. So if you're looking to take a punt for somebody in game week 33 and also carry them to the game week 34, I think Man United players as well are actually good. Not so bad, mainly better in game week 34. So, yeah, this game week as well, in terms of players that you could actually be looking at taking a punt on, and at the same time carrying through to game week 37 for people again who don't have we don't have the wild card is I think in the defense for Man City you can go for Guardiola. He's been playing, making some appearances, scored a beautiful goal in the Champions League. Ake's still out, Walker's still out as well. So I think he'll be making an appearance as well. And then when it comes to the midfield, KDB is actually among one of the top transfers in the game for this game week. So I think he's actually going to be a good differential if you're one of those people that don't want to move with the crowd when it comes to Foden, who has taken a knock and Pep Guardiola hasn't necessarily given us an update, of course. So if I were you guys, I'd honestly be looking at KDB. He didn't make an appearance in the Champions League, so that should be a huge indicator, really, that he's going to definitely be making an appearance. Remember, him and Haaland honestly demolished Luton in the, I believe it's the FA Cup. So let's see if they can replicate that in the league as well. So when it comes to Haaland, do I think he's going to play? I do. I do think he's going to play. And to be honest, Luton's got a lot of injuries. So I don't think they're going to be necessarily strong, but they will be fighting for their lives because they're in relegation, in a relegation battle. So I think if City's doing well, I don't see Haaland playing more than 65 minutes, and that's just my opinion. Um, and I think we'll get to him and captaincy later on. So I do think he'll play, but I just think his minutes will be limited. There is the argument that he hasn't been firing, he hasn't been on form, and so maybe this will be a great match to get him on form. Look, you guys can run with that, and it is a very good notion, a way of thinking. But taking his form and taking the fact that Real Madrid is next week, second leg, very important. I wouldn't take the chance in thinking that he's going to play a full 90-minute game. I think the game will be tough to some extent, but we all seen City can handle themselves with a makeshift team as well. So yeah, in terms of Tottenham versus Newcastle, just a bit of news there. Richarlison is also injured, still injured actually. So Son should still be playing up front there. So um, people are expecting a lot of goals in that game, and among the people who've been transferred out, Son is among top four. So yeah, I think let's go to that because what that really shows us is differentials really are the key this week. I didn't touch on it, but in terms of striking for differentials, of course, I think again, Brentford asset like Tony's one to mention, and then I did say Hoyland from Man United, but I think also if you're gonna wild card in game week 35, I think Alvarez is gonna be making an appearance this game week, and potentially even the next game week as well, game week 34. So if you're looking for a punt for this game week, I think you can go for Alvarez, and that goes on to what I was saying with Haaland not necessarily having a lot of game time. So and Foden as well, having taken that knock during the week with Real Madrid, we don't really know whether or not he's going to be playing. So I think yes, of course, Bernardo Silva can be covering for him, but we all know Alvarez as well could be making that appearance. So you know we'll have to wait and see, but you have to also stay tuned for the team leads. We should be getting a team league on Man City, hopefully, but we'll see. We'll see if we do. Just trying to check when their fixture is. Is it on the Saturday? Yeah, it's on the Saturday. So you should get a team league. Pictures of who's traveling in the bus, who's hopping off, and yeah, you should know whether or not Foden is actually there, and that alone should tell you whether or not Alvarez should also be hopefully making an appearance. But yeah, looking at top transfers, yeah, interesting. Luis Diaz at the top. I've got him for him in a while ago actually, and it makes sense. People trying to get people who are going to be 100% starting for that double game week 34. They got a good fixture against Crystal Palace. A lot of people taking out Bowen. Of course, he didn't make an appearance in the Europa League. So that makes sense. Douglas Luiz not being able to play, Riola as well, and Son being the one that I mentioned. A lot of people taking out, and like the reason why that's the reason why I was saying Richarlison. The Richarlison news is big because it means now Son is going to be at the head of attack. So um, there's an opportunity there if you guys want to go a bit different. As you can see, that the number there is most likely going to reach about 200k. Um, but I think his ownership is still high, so I wouldn't necessarily call him a differential. But yeah, and then Foden as well, making it there. Um, yeah, if you can't wait, don't wait. Take them out. You know, I myself have gone with one of the Man City options I've spoken about. I'll show you in my team reveal. But going back to the top transfers in, I'm surprised people are still bringing in Palmer. That doesn't make sense. Saka makes sense. I think Watkins makes sense. We were all hopping off of him, but maybe this is the time to be hopping onto him again. Yeah, so let's go on to captaincy. Because you know this is another topic which is really wide open this game week as to like who should we be going for. I think there are a lot of candidates here. Yes, Haaland at the top, of course, playing Luton. I think I've already had my say with him. And then we've got Salah playing Crystal Palace. The thing with Salah is, he's been fasting. People are saying that's the excuse. And the truth is, he he has, and um, he hasn't necessarily been performing. So, do you really want to be going for him? And the other thing about that is this could be the game where he comes back. So, getting an assist here, getting a goal here, not necessarily Salah, but it's good enough as well, considering Haaland's been doing worse in the sense of blanking 3 games in a row. So, um, yeah, he's an option because he's playing at home, Crystal Palace. He's clearly still on penalties, as we saw in the previous game. McAllister handing the ball over to him. So, yeah, let's see if you know, we'll have to see. You guys, will be really your decision. Let me know who you think is going to be the best in the comments there. But Son, I touched on as well. I think he is a captaincy option. Now, Kevin De Bruyne is who I haven't touched on. Right now, KDB, I mentioned, didn't play in the Champions League, so I believe that he is going to start. This is just me. I believe, right? Now, um, having said that, I think this actually makes him a good captaincy differential. Um, Also, like I was saying, we need to remember what he did against Luton. Provided 4 assists with Haaland scoring 5 goals against Luton in that cup match. So I'm hoping, he can replicate that. Spoiler alert: he's my captain for now. So, yeah, we'll see. Saka is there. I am such a bad person because that is my team, and they are playing Aston Villa. They are playing Aston Villa at home. They just played a tough Champions League game. Saka hasn't necessarily been firing if you take away the penalties, but he's had his goal there and there. Um, I think he's just not as explosive as we know Son, Salah, and Haaland can be. Yeah, and then another differential captaincy is Ivan Tony there. So I think I've mentioned Tony. He's got some good pictures coming up. He himself as well hasn't been performing, but I think he's in there because of the fact that, of course, he's on penalties. It's Ivan Tony. Um, he's definitely going to start. He's going to play, and yeah, the Buemo's back now. Wisa's there, so he's got a bit of support now when it comes to attacking and yeah, being that the guy at the end of the ball and rather not to pass before the final shot. So my 1, 2, 3 captaincy options. I think number one to be safe, I would put Salah number one, and then number two captaincy, I would put Son because of, like I was saying, his explosiveness. And this is me being safe and going like, look, I know these guys are definitely gonna get minutes. Yeah, fine. Haaland can get literally the last 30 minutes and score 3 goals. Literally, that's what he could do. But just the doubts in the sense of his form as well. And then number three, I would then put Haaland. I would then put Haaland, but I wouldn't go for Haaland necessarily. Honestly, this game week, I don't think I just wouldn't go for Haaland. One another differential. Yeah, then I'd go for KDB number four, number five, Ivan Tony. I don't think Saka against Aston Villa is a good match, but hey, it's a match nonetheless. So yeah, you guys let me know who you think is your captaincy options, top picks, number one, two, or three. And yeah, I'll be really excited to know what those are. So let's take a look at Cat's team, where we at. So I had 2 free transfers and I made them. I took out Bowen, I put in Mbuemo, and I also took out Son and I put in KDB. So KDB is on the captaincy there. My back line there with the triple Arsenal because of course they're doing well. So just capitalizing on that. I mean, the clean sheet hopes are possible. So yeah, I'm okay with tripling up on them on that as well. So yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright. Plus, a lot of people have got double Arsenal, so if I don't get that clean sheet, a lot of people also don't get that clean sheet. Regulon, I think because he just had a very good game performance, I'm playing him over Gusto, who's coming back from illness. Plus, Chelsea's got a bit of injuries, Chilwell, Sterling, so they're always conceding at the same time. I think I'll take my chances with Sheffield United, really. Buemo explains itself as well. I honestly think he's going to be playing for Salah, Palmer, and Luis Diaz there in the midfield with Captain KDB, and then the strike forces, Ivan Tony and Darwin Nunes. So, yeah, I think I'm looking good for the game week. Hopeful, but you know how it is, you go into the game weeks and you look at your team and you're like, yeah, this is good, I think, I should be like racking up, 60 points, standard. Yeah, sure. Um, yeah, and then everything just goes down south. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I think a lot can happen. Oh wow, there goes the dogs. But anyway, a lot can happen. Yeah, guys. Honestly, let me know who you guys think your top transfers are, who your top captaincy pick is going to be, and of course the best differential for this game week, and who you guys are going to be taking a punt on. Really keen to know. If you guys want to join the league right now, it's also never too late. The league code is right there below me, so check that out, guys. Thank you for joining me, and for those who haven't joined me and who are watching here right now, honestly, if you're loving the content, please, you know what to do. Like this, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been supporting us throughout the year. It's been tough. I know we've kind of shredded down from 2 videos a week or 3 videos a week to like one. It's been really busy, but we're staying consistent and we're dropping a video every week. I hope you guys have found this very valuable. If you have, you know what to do. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so we can see you guys here for the next video. This is your man Cat signing out. Thanks.